remember you saying they had their flags out here in the front or whatever, you know. You're done with those basically, aren't you, those flags? Because I was going to take some of them and kind of mark where the fence corners are going to be. And I thought, well, hell, if she's not using those, I'll just grab their flags and use them. You know, we know that's not for nothing, you know what I mean? But I want to make sure you were done with that area. Okay. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm going to drop all this off and then kind of mark it off. And then I didn't get concrete or nothing today. So we plan on starting on Friday. But I want to get all the material here and get it, you know, put up behind. I'm going to put it on the other side of the deck, you know, close to the house. That way nobody messes with it or nothing, you know. And then I'll just go ahead and mark it off. But again, I didn't want to touch these flags until I spoke to you guys. What we need to do though is go straight across. With hers, man, she has no space right here to get like a mower in, you know? Alright, hold on 1 second.
We putting material just against the house right there or what?
Yeah, up right there. Yep, right in that corner right there. Yeah.
My trusty knife. Vietnam.
Hey, what's up, man? I know. I'm talking to you on my watch. I'm unloading some material, but can you hear me okay? I want you make 3 for sure at 5. You know what I'm saying?
It's pretty light. Just getting it all fair without fucking it up.
And normally I charge per jack, you know what I mean? I just set up 1,500. But I think altogether, man, we're somewhere around, with material, it's somewhere around 4 or 5. I think it's like a little bit more, but look at this gate here. That looks way taller. Is that a 4-foot gate? Jesus. I'm sorry, man. There's this gate that looks way taller than it needs to be for this fence.
I mean,
maybe it is supposed to be pretty like that, you know, that tall. I guess it is. If we set it a little higher next to that thing, look at that over there.
yeah. I mean, I would say it's probably 4 foot.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. We're gonna look at this shit. It's always been ours.
ADHD. That Adderall's kicked in, boy.
And then,
yeah, that's
I'll
4
get up
foot.
there. I'm gonna get up there maybe Friday, unless y'all want us to wait for the next day. And just to get those plans. It's easier to work with than regular size, man. You know, I mean, the main thing is the way we do to put some furring strips on. Definitely, I mean, I just want to, you know, like a standard door, you know what I mean? Even fiberglass would work, but I'm just definitely having a deadbolt and a lock on that side of the kind of thing. I don't, it's up to you. You guys do what you want. In my head, I was thinking, well, we could have it like an entry door. Well, awesome, man. Well, like I said, I'll work on that tonight and get it over to you. Man, if you see anything wrong with it or something I'm missing or something I didn't take off, dude, shoot me a message. Let me know whether it's in the morning or whatever, because today's Wednesday. That gives us, you know, tonight, tomorrow, all the way up until, you know, Friday morning to figure it out before y'all go to the bank or whatever you have to do. And then I'll just plan on coming up and taking care of the board right there about halfway up the steps by the corner post. And then the plug. I forgot to swap that plug out for you and switch it to the new one. Yeah, if you see something else, just shoot me a text before Friday. That way I'm just prepared mentally and know what to take care of, you know. I'd like to open one of these boxes for the post and see what all comes with it. Because here's the thing. I said, man, do we have the post caps? Do we have the brackets? Do we have the screws? And he said, well, it doesn't look like it. And I was like, oh, that's why I went back in. But then we looked, and on the post, it said that material hardware included. But does that mean hardware for, you know, this post has boom, boom, and boom, and then the other post will have boom, boom, boom? You know, is that what I mean by hardware included? So, because I'd rather know if we're going to need anything before we freaking come back up, you know what I mean? And that gate looks really tall, but not really.
Hey, I think it's 4 foot. Now the actual like crown might be a little higher, but the actual like gate, I think it's 4 foot.
No, I guess it is 4 foot. I'm only 5'10". It just looks tall.
Yeah.
That's a 5 foot. Maybe it's only 4 foot too, though. Let me see. I'll come down this way.
I can give my tape measure if you like.
No, I trust it.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? Uh-oh, killer's out.
Oh yeah, killer's out.
I tell you what, this gate looks really pretty. I thought it was too tall for a second, just about, but there's the, it's gonna be pretty high.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna be a nice gate right there.
Yeah.
We're just checking when I got everything. It said, well, there's all the pieces of everything. And I went back in, I said, hold on, but is the hardware with all this? And they're like, you know, I don't know. And I'm like, all I could think about was the conversation I had with the guy, and he's like, everything you need is here.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what the ad said.
Exactly. So, when we got looking at it again, while I was still there checking out, it said, hardware included in the post. So, I just want to make sure that it has the caps that go on top, because it has the bracket screws. I don't want to not have everything we need. So, and then also where I marked this off at, I kind of want you to take a look at it, make sure you're okay with that too. What I did is we made.
Yeah, you're just slightly. See that pink? That's what I marked.
Okay. What I did was
You're right by it.
I walked off their fence and made sure I was 20 foot away from their fence
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
way and kind of put flags there.
Yep.
So we know we're good there. I came out, I went ahead and just did 6 there.
Yeah, because there's a, I can't remember what the deal is, but there's a space
How
that you have
exactly?
to leave
So
alone with
I
that
left 6
also
there.
for
On this
drainage.
side though, I did 10 because
Okay.
we can have one full.
Right,
We have
right.
the gate 4 foot
That's
and
what
then
I
one
figured.
full 6 foot panel gives us 10.
Okay.
And then came down here, you know, and
Okay.
but like I said, that's just a weird spot there.
I
To,
know,
you know,
I
if
know.
I came in any further, if you try to get a lawnmower or a
I
ride lawnmower,
know.
it's not going to come around this post where this corner is. So I kind of went out a little further with it,
Yeah.
but I feel good about it now. When we looked at it, I feel better about it.
Now you have some yards like over.
Yeah, they're on there.
That
Yeah.
way, they
the cap, but where's
fences
the
actually
brackets?
go up to each other. Do they have them?
That's what I'm looking for. I don't know. I see it post cap. It says post cap and bracket, so includes.
Oh,
post,
maybe
cap,
it's
and
in.
bracket.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it's fine
the
on the
cap.
inside. Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear it.
it's, yeah.
Oh, it's the
Just
side
make
of
sure
it.
there's 3 of them for each part. Of course, it's up in there.
Yeah, they're gonna make it real easy for you to go down.
That's nice. Okay, there's 3 brackets. Some more. There we go. Yep, they're all here.
Yep. Good
So
deal.
got screws and everything. These are actually, yeah. So those would be actually. I think that's 5/16 instead of 1/4 inch ones. Either way, they're easy to use. Main thing is, like I said, is I've got some really good magnetic bits. So the ones that go into the post, notice how there's no anywhere. They're self-tapping.
Oh, okay.
And so what I do, like I said, we'll set this first corner one. Make sure that we keep, you know, we want to stay. We want to stay about this far above the bracket. That way it's got a little pretty part of the post and the cap. Mark it on the post, and then I've got a white paint marker, and we'll just go through and measure what that is and white mark every one of them. Then we know how deep we're on the ground, because these are self-tapping and they go straight into it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to hold on the boom. And then this goes right there. And it gives us a little bit of play, but again, you got to be within an inch. On both sides, you got about an inch play, and that's it on both sides. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna check.
This corner one?
last flag, I'm not positive. There's something. I can't remember what it
Well, I
was.
thought we were here, but like I said, if you come into here,
I know, but there's something on the. Let me go look at the
yeah,
papers.
just look for me, because if anything, I'll just pull it in back.
Yeah,
I had it like right here.
Yeah.
So if anything, we can come back in. I just can't remember how far we have to be that way.
I know,
away
I
from
can't
it.
either. I'll go look at the drawing. See.
But yeah, so like I said, we want it to be. We want the post. It's got the pretty end on it. Yes, it's got the pretty end on it like this. We want the post to stick up like, you know, like this much past it.
Alright.
Boom. You know what I'm saying? About we'll probably do like 6 inches or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then every single one, like I said, if I'm just spitballing, if 56 inches out of the ground gives us 6 inches for this, plus you don't want that bottom rail on the ground. You want it probably about 2 inches up from the ground, you know, about an inch up. You don't want it probably about this far off the ground. Probably about this, probably set this on the ground, and then set the rail on top of it. And about this much distance off the ground is where you want the bottom rail, you know. And then just like I said, and then just every single one, measure from, well, we probably measure from the bottom of this cap, since the cap's already on it. Measure from the bottom of the cap down 56 inches, put a white mark on it. Then we got them all marked. We know we're in the ground, we've got to keep it right at that mark, you know what I'm saying? And then go from there, you know? One's for both, so we're probably gonna have extra brackets, which is cool too. No, not really, because the next post needs both
Yeah, it
sides.
needs
Those
them.
sections are perfect. It's just
Might
the
have
end
3
post,
extra.
The start post, we're gonna have extra on those 2 start posts.
Yeah.
So that gives us a few extra of these, you know what I mean, if we need them. Main thing is, man, this black scratches, you know what I mean? So we just gotta be careful doing the initial, you know? But, cool, I'm glad everything's there. And that probably can just stay in there. That's on the ground anyways. That's why I grab that wrapper and put it right in. Let her check this real quick, and then we'll.
Skedaddle.
Hi guys.
Nope.
Read this.
I was having trouble on my phone looking at it. At least on that, it might
I
be a
think
little easier.
it's 20 feet is what it looks like.
From the
I think it's hard to read because I don't know.
where the back of your
the
house
line?
is. Yeah.
At
So-
the sidewalk?
So this is the front of your house, correct? Right.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep.
And so that's the street, I'm assuming, right there, Oak Hill
I
Lane.
wasn't sure if it was the
Well-
street or the sidewalk.
You know, it says 36 feet
From the corner of the house.
to the. That looks like this to me.
You think it's the street?
It's the street. That's why they have the names on it. Like
Okay.
that's the edge of the street. You know what I mean?
Makes sense, yeah.
And so it looks like we just have to be.
20 feet from.
And even then, it looks like it gets even further away as you get here. You know what I mean? But we hit the closest. Well, even then, is that just showing you the measurement? Do you see what I'm saying? That's
It
just
looks
saying,
like,
hey.
but what was the 20-foot easement? Oh, that's on the front that I'm looking at. 20
Oh,
foot
up here?
easement. Yeah.
Well, and then the back, you've got 20 the feet to the easement right
20
20
feet
feet easement, which we've got that back
So it
here.
doesn't really define the side.
No,
does
it doesn't. Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. And like I said, standing here, it gives you a pretty straight line. Really, to be straight, it should be like right here.
Yeah, yeah.
But I had it over here, and so we kind of split the difference and thought, well, at least thing is if somebody, you never know, down the road you might have somebody that's gonna use a riding lawnmower.
Right.
And you
Yeah.
gotta have some room to get in this area, because if we come into there, then you're looking at only having like this much room to
Yeah.
get through this part of it,
Yep.
And like I said, I made sure we were 20 foot off all the way down there, 6
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
so, and those are just kind of placeholders anyways, and like I said, what we're gonna do is when we set this first post,
Yeah.
I'm thinking to leave about 8 inches of the post, since it's got a kind of a pretty top on it.
Yeah.
Leave probably about this much, where it comes into here. Then we
Yeah.
have about this much of the top sticking up.
Yeah.
We'll set the first one. I'll mark it at the ground exactly how tall the ground is, and I'll go through every post and just put I got a white paint marker, mark them all. That way they're all even through there, and shouldn't be too bad. The gate might be a little tricky, but we don't have to be perfect 6 foot. It could be 6.5 if we have to, or whatever, And then the main thing with these is like, we're running fences. If one of them's 5.5 foot, or it's supposed to be 8 on each one. So let's say one is 7.5. That's okay. You can just cut down 2x4s.
Yeah.
This you have to be 100% at. We've got an inch of play. So when we set all of them, they have to be perfect all the way around. It's kind of more difficult to do, but it's a lot lighter to work with too, and a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So, you can have this back here.
I sure hope these dogs cannot get through this.
I've been looking at it again.
You don't think? Because I measured.
Oh, jeez! This guy was good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Was the space. Well, these
That's
are a
what these
little
are
less
supposed to
than
be.
that.
Are they?
They're a little bit less.
Okay. Yeah, usually what people do, so a 2x4 is not really 4 inches, it's 3 and 5/8. And so like when we do decks, we stick a 2x4 between them. On the ground, I was probably gonna just take it about the height of this. That way you have a little bit of a gap, to look good. And I'd probably lay this on the ground actually between each one, set it on top, and we know we got a straight
that
gap
sounds
through there.
Good. I wouldn't go more than that because they do try to go under
Right.
here too.
So I'm definitely closer than that. Same with this. This right here, we take a 2x4 and we lay it on there.
Yeah.
And then we set our rail on top of it, so we know we're 3 and 5/8. Just an easier, quick way to measure each time, But lumber ain't like it used to be. What's this one thing again?
Oh, this is Marley.
I'm Marley. She's not a fan. Okay.
You know how he is.
No, he's not a fan.
He's slow. He's a big chicken. And that one's even a bigger chicken, but the other one's only 8 months old, so he's allowed to be a chicken. This guy is so bad. I've had dogs all my life. I've had little dogs, I've had big dogs, I've had all kinds of dogs. I cannot walk these dogs. Like, they are the biggest pain in the ass. They bark and scream. I choke them up tight.
Right.
I've
Doesn't
tried
matter.
to do all the training that they say to do on YouTube to get them to quit doing
It
it.
just doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter. It's miserable. If I go anywhere where people have dogs.
Well, it's interesting, and it don't matter, big dog or little dog, all dogs have those certain traits that all dogs have.
Yeah.
But every dog is different when it comes to personality. There's some of them that are goofier, some of them are just kind of quiet and smarter, and
But I've never had a dog like this one that you cannot train. It's like I'll have him, I've been using that method where you want them to follow right at your leg. It kind of goes into not having a leash, and there should always be a loop in the leash.
Right, just a heel position. Yeah, there's no tension on the leash.
I'll have him doing it just fine. People, kids, dogs,
animal, whatever.
all of
right.
it,
Right.
out the window.
Yeah, as soon as they see
I
it.
mean, it's, and then they pass by. It's for 10 minutes after that.
Right, right.
And they're pulling like sled dogs. And the problem is this one taught the other one. So now I've got 2 monsters.
Right.
It's so bad.
They're beautiful though.
Yeah, he's cute. You're cute. Yeah. Pain in the ass.
And so,
Alright,
has
well,
everybody
we
moved
go.
in? Are you?
Yeah, we're all in.
Are you?
We're good.
Everything went okay with that then? Everything's good? Good.
Well, other than the wreck of my truck.
Oh, I didn't hear about
Did
that.
I?
Oh, that's right. You did have a nice truck. When I came over last time, I thought there was a, well, you
I
did.
just
I
had
guess.
it repaired.
Did you? Okay.
But you know, the sad thing is I was going to sell the truck, and now my Carfax value went down
I just-
like $4,000 or $5,000. Plus, I had to pay $1,000 deductible.
Deductible, right.
And it was all because of ice. My daughter was driving the truck and trailer because she's actually better with the truck and trailer.
Right.
And she hit it. She was perpendicular. Thankfully, there was nobody on the road. You know, we moved. My move was -8 degrees up there and 4 degrees here. And we were going for a second trip and didn't realize it was snowing like crazy up there. She was right past the airport. But the U-Haul just came around, smashed the side of my truck, ripped the bumper. And it's like, I was gonna sell this thing after I moved, you know.
I just bought a new 2023 F-250. Me
Yeah.
and my wife built it, you know, I was all excited about it, you know, and I love the truck. I don't use it for a work truck, and for whatever reason that day, I think it's got going out Lebanon Junction. It's pretty far travel, and I had a trailer, and I thought, well, it's a lot easier with the new truck. I can just sit cruise, that thing pulls like a dream.
Yep.
So we're out there. It's not like a one-lane road, but it's not a real wide road. And so I'm about you know, maybe my tires are off the road. I'm parked off the road a little bit, and it's kind of a situation like this where your house is like this, and we're back here looking at the house. Well, the road runs down through here and down through here. I see a bulldozer coming down the road, and I told the project manager, I said, "Man, that makes me nervous with my truck out there." And he's like, "Why does it make you nervous?" And I'm like, "Because I don't bring that truck out for work, you know."
Yeah.
And he gets right where you can't see him, and I hear the loudest crunch, boom, and my heart, I was like, oh. We all run around, and he's, at this point, I'm looking at it, he's halfway up my truck. All I could think about was his blade just went all into the driver's side, you know? What happened was, he had his dang outriggers down, like the stabilizers in the back.
Yeah.
And so he's probably watching his blade, knowing he's good. That stabilizer sticks out further and grabbed the front end of my truck, man, and hit all in the front end. So then he gets off this bulldozer, and he's not dressed like a city employee. And I'm thinking, oh man, is this just one of the neighbors out here on a dang bulldozer? They don't have no insurance, you know?
Right.
And he gets in, I'm like, oh, what are we gonna do now? And he gets off, and he's like, man, I'm so sorry. I was angry, but it was an older guy. He obviously didn't do it on purpose, you know?
Yeah.
And he said, man, I work for the city of Lebanon. And I was like, oh, okay, good, you know? And he said, follow me down here. And their little county courthouse like the size of a Rally's. I mean, it was like little bitty.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, they were on the ball. I left there, was on the phone with their adjuster later before I even left that day. They had a check cut. This is like on a Monday, and by Friday, they had a check cut on Friday to me.
Wow.
They let me choose where I wanted to go. I didn't have to go get their place or get bids at a bunch of different places, you know.
But
And
you know, that's all well and good. But
now
the
the
truck
Carfax.
just went down.
Now the Carfax.
Because it's
now the
like
Carfax.
nobody's going to reimburse me for that.
No, that's
and
what's
I've
about it.
got 20,000 miles on that truck. Like low mileage.
Well, that's what I say.
It's a
I've got
22,
18.
but it's low mileage. So you know, I could have done all right.
That's what I'm afraid. Well, they traded in his sister traded in a Kia, and they were going to give her X amount. They ran the Carfax, and there was and it was like a simple little thing like that, and it knocked down what, $2 or $3 grand off the trade-in
And the
value
thing
on it right
is,
off the bat, you know.
They don't bondo anymore.
No.
They take the parts off, they put the new parts on. Now my truck's better than it was before. But yeah,
It's got newer parts, right?
$4,000.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's so maddening. In fact, they took off the amount that it cost to repair it. It was like $4,500 to repair it, and that's what they've taken off the value of the truck.
Well, and like I said, and like you said, when somebody sees accident Carfax, all they know is it's been an accident.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't say,
Right,
oh,
it
it
doesn't matter
was
what
in a Walmart
accident.
parking lot and somebody backed into them and put a little dent, but it's expensive because it's a new car or whatever. All they know is accident. And so now, oh gosh, there's something wrong with the frame. Is there something going on? You know, and that's the part I'm upset about the most is that it's got 18,000 miles on it, and I'm like, you know, now the resale values went, because you know we planned on about 2 more years trading in, get another new one, you know, because it's our personal truck for our camper and stuff, but. You know, it just is what it is. I mean, I'm glad it got taken care of and it wasn't Joe Blow the neighbor and I had to come out of pocket or anything else because I didn't even turn it in on my insurance, but either way, so.
Well, you know, I got next. The only reason I have $1,000 deductible is because of hail. And I get down here and he's going to repair the truck. He said, they're not supposed to count hail. I'm like, well,
yeah,
they
it's supposed
did.
to be
I couldn't get
act
new
of God
insurance without, you know, this $1,000 deductible because of hail. You know, that's not my fault.
No, not at all.
I can't control the weather. And these freaking trucks, these garages aren't big enough. Like if I put that truck in there, there's barely space for the two vehicles.
Yeah, there's no way. In fact, my truck, where I've got my camper in the driveway, I can't back it all the way up. There's no room to get around the sides to get the trash can or do anything.
Yeah.
It's just, they're-
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing, the trash can.
Right.
You know, those trash cans are huge. Yeah, pain in the butt.
Well, like I said, we'll definitely. So we're finishing up. The rain kind of. I was out of town in Tennessee. We actually
Yeah, I
put the
figured
camper
the
down there, and I
rain
just got
slowed
back
you
last
down.
night. But we're just a couple days behind. But I want to get the material here because I didn't want. Last thing I want Menards to do is I go down there like, oh, you had till yesterday or something. You know, how it goes.
Yeah.
But I didn't grab the concrete because I didn't know if it was going to rain the next day or so. And I just didn't want to get wet. So.
Well,
but
you know, you could put the concrete. I mean, I don't know if it'd stay dry enough.
Well, I thought about
Yeah,
doing. I got black
true.
trash bags, those big contractor ones. I was
Yeah.
gonna set a couple underneath of it and set on top and wrap it. But I just thought we'll just pick it up on the way out when we're gonna do it
Yeah.
that day. So, but I'm thinking, like I
So
said,
you're gonna do all the posts one day and then.
yeah, then come back and do it. Yeah, I want to get on the post set. I'm gonna
So
get
you,
fast.
you feel confident. See, I wouldn't feel confident.
Well, I'll see you soon. And I'll like I said, we'll be back here soon. Thank you so much. She's super nice, man.